All right, happy, what is this, Thursday? Hard to keep up with the days when they all look the same, don't they? Anyway, you guys, again, just a little refresher. I want to go over a few things with you, see how everybody's doing, keeping your spirits high, being positive. Okay, that's one thing I want to definitely set up and talk about real quick is staying positive. Yeah, my video. Anyway, make sure as you guys are communicating with each other, you're uplifting each other, help each other out. If someone's confused and maybe they didn't get a chance to talk with me before I signed off. Make sure you guys share. This is what you're gonna be doing in college is actually working with your colleagues to make sure you understand things because it will be very tough at times when you guys get to college if that's your plan. Um, so again, the goal is that you guys are career and college ready. Okay, so there has to be some type of rigor where you guys finish up your year, making sure you have some parts of the standards. I know there's a lot of things that we are leaving out because we are trying to make things, should I say, easier, especially when we're not face to face. So feel free to continue to send me emails when you guys have questions about an assignment. I'm going to try to start making sure I do a little more videos going over the assignment so it's very clear. And also, again, like I said, stay positive. If people are putting negative stuff in your ear, um, come back positive with it because we all have to get through this. This is not just stuff for students, it's stuff for teachers too, especially trying to grade through email and Google Classroom is very different, it's more time consuming. And sometimes our response to you is not as fast as we would like it to be if we were face to face, because now I have to go through 30 other emails just to get to yours. So be patient. I'm working every day just like you guys are, putting in my time, making sure I'm doing your grades, creating the lessons, all that kind of stuff. At the same time, as we finish up Europe, there's some things that I think are very pertinent that we should cover that will help you when you take civics, when you take your US class, if you happen to take any of the AP or dual credit courses in your next couple of years. There's some background information I feel you should have for having a strong foundation. Okay, especially if you're going to looking to take some other courses, going to college, things like that. You want to have that foundation. You don't want to get to your junior, senior year and say, "I never learned that." So we will be covering a few more things in Europe that I think are very pertinent. I'm going to take out the things I think that's not, just simply for sake of time. I do want to try to get to a country project. A lot of it still depends on how fast I kind of get through the remainder of the year. But I need to be able to talk about the EU, United Nations. I think those things you have to kind of understand those things because they will build up in your other classes. So anyway, I wanted to quickly kind of go over the lesson on the monarchy because I think some of you guys have some questions on how to do that. So I wanted to go there. If you take a look here on Google Classroom, and you have, let me make sure I'm in the right place here. Okay, so, and if you didn't get a chance to do the Nearpod video, again, don't stress over it. Don't worry about it. If you get a chance to look at the crash course video over the Reformation, that's like a good background. The Reformation is something normally that I actually teach in detail if you take AP European History or AP World. I know that's something that I go intensively over when I teach AP Euro. I'm just giving you guys a straight sheet, some background information. Again, this is foundation for things that you need to understand, especially when we start talking about some of the conflicts that takes place in Europe and in other countries. So let me quickly kind of go over. Um, let's see here. Let me go back down here. All right, so here we have monarchy. I'm going to click that. And so right here we have this was the information I gave you. These are the terms here that you guys should have jotted down. So I'll kind of show you that there real quick. It's going really slow, but just bear with me. Okay, I'm not sure how long that's going to take. So I'm going to go back here. That's still kind of refreshing there. So anyway, you have the reading here, and then you have the fill-in sheet that you're going to fill in. So let me click this here. Now, if you notice on this sheet, if I can get to it, I think it's because I got so much stuff up. I can let me just find it here. Okay, so here we go. So this is the sheet that you guys have on Google Classroom. You're supposed to read this information. This kind of gives you a little information about how monarchs worked before we get to what is called the so-called modern time period. But before that, this is how the monarchs had power. And then the courts that they would have people surrounding them who would help them with their jobs, just like we have the president has a cabinet. Courts is very similar to that too. So go through those questions. I'm going to post the responses to those questions once I kind of feel everybody's kind of gone through that. And then we have like the little play here. So when you look at your first, like on the fill-in sheet where it asks you, it kind of has the first part fill in, which says political parties for Roman numeral 1, and then for subpoint A, many parties, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. That's actually these parties right here. That's all you have to do is list Social Democratic and Labor Party, Liberal Democrat Party, Green Party. That's all you need to list. So when you go through the reading here, as it mentions these parties right here, that goes on your 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then for your subpoint B, it says often form coalitions to govern. And that's, if I was to scroll down, you can kind of see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so often form coalitions to govern. First subpoint here, number 1, achieves majority over 50% of the seats in parliament. And then into the reading, as you're going into the reading, it's telling you the next part that should go on that line. Let me scroll back down here. So that 2, party with the most seats leads the coalition and the government. That's what will go there for part 2. Then as you go back into the reading again, government leaders. Okay, so the first government leader that they talk about there, they talk about the prime minister. So you can put prime minister there on that line. And then here it kind of tells you the details about the prime minister, leader of the party, that holds the most seats in parliament, actual head of government. A good film I would actually suggest if you guys have time. We all have time, kind of. But on the weekends, if you want to find a good show to watch on Netflix, The Crown is a really good example of talking about the power that the monarchy once had and then kind of what it is today. It also shows you Queen Elizabeth and how she works with the prime minister, his role as a leader. You can see the different talks about the different parties, but it's done in such an interesting way. I think you guys will enjoy the show if you have a chance to watch it. Again, it's called The Crown on Netflix, and it's pretty long now. I think they're on season 3, so you have a couple of seasons to go through. You might find yourself so into it that you might just watch it all day long. But if you do, like, I think you will learn a lot about really what is today's role of the monarchy. All right, so that's pretty much it. Once you finish this, submit that to me on Google Classroom. And then going into next week, we're going to talk a little bit about the NATO. Okay, that's important to understand. And then we're also going to be getting into things the following week with ethnic conflicts in Europe. So we'll talk about that. And then you guys actually have like a little research project that's going to come up. So I'm going to try to keep you guys posted. Definitely watch the videos. I'm going to try to give you guys a video for each week so you guys can understand what you're supposed to do. All right, you guys, I'm signing off. It's your girl, Miss Whiteside. As always, you guys have a good time, a good weekend. Again, get outside, do a little walk, a run, even if it's just playing something in the yard with your siblings or parents. Try to get some fresh air. Feel feel that natural sun on you. All those things really do help our spirits stay high in the midst of COVID-19. So anyway, this too shall pass. Okay. So as it's passed, you guys stay with it. Okay. You have to be positive. If you're not positive, then you make it really hard for yourself. Be around people that are positive. Okay. If you're not positive, be around people that are positive. Two negatives, not going to work. Okay. Two negatives is not going to work. All you're going to do is bring each other down and then try to touch on someone else to bring them down. No, stay positive, lift your spirits. If you need some inspirational things, You can email me anytime. If you need me to call you, I will call you. Do what you have to do to get through this. All right, you guys, have a good one.